Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about some of the more common lies that a narcissist will tell you when you're thinking of getting out of the relationship, or they've got an inkling that you're thinking of leaving the relationship. And these are fairly common because those who are not on the spectrum of the disorder can also say them with well-meaning intentions. Narcissistic people say them to future fake with you, to distract you, to get their needs met by you. When it comes to ending a relationship with a narcissist, it can be something insignificant after many significant events where you just think, that's it, I've had enough, no more, done. And your mind is made up. And even though your mind is made up and you do get out and you do stay out, it is still a challenge to overcome. Or it can be something major where you have literally just had enough, and again you want out and you make a decision and you stick by that choice that you have made. Or you can just be toying with the idea, and narcissistic people tend to pick up on the fact that you're distancing yourself from them because you're thinking about leaving them. And this is when a narcissist is going to come at you with several lies to reel you back into the relationship, to future fake with you, so they can use a promise in the future to distract you from the pain of the present, to get you to stay with them, to breadcrumb you, to give you that false hope of something that was never meant to be. Those promises that perhaps they failed to deliver on in the past, they might suddenly decide to start delivering on one of two of these, to confuse you, to distract you, to get you to think, well, it's not that bad. Which is something a narcissist will gaslight you with. They will lie to you by telling you it's not that bad. When it is that bad, it's your reality. It's as bad as it is to you, not what your friends, your family, your parents, your partner, your children, your neighbours, society, not what anyone else says to you. It's as bad to you as it is to you. We can all accidentally gaslight people by trying to be well-meaning towards people. So if a child falls over and scrapes their knee, we can say to them, jump up, it's not that bad, to try and pick them up, when we're gaslighting that child's reality, because to that child they're in pain and they're wanting their validation, and we've just invalidated them by telling them it's not that bad. And although this can be harmless with some children, it can have negative impacts on other children. We also have to watch what we say to others. There are also narcissistic people who tend to exaggerate and make things to be far worse than they actually are, so that they can play the victim, so that they can gain sympathetic attention, so that they can exploit people. And there's a difference between someone being the victim and looking for validation, looking for different methods to overcome, looking for different methods to recover, looking to process their feelings and their emotions and move forward. And they can fall into the victim mindset because they've been victim of something, which is most understandable. And then there's narcissistic people that will play on being the victim, even if they're not the victim. They'll twist the story to their advantage, to play the victim, to gain attention, to guilt trip people. So one thing a narcissist can say is, it's not that bad. Or they can turn around and tell you that it doesn't happen very often. Again, to gaslight you into thinking, well, it doesn't happen very often. We do genuinely tend to get along most of the time. When if someone has to say it doesn't happen very often, it shouldn't be happening at all. And this can be narcissistic parents falling silent on you, or forgetting about something they've arranged to do with you. We can all forget things. We're all capable of that. But when it's a repeat pattern of behaviour with other behaviours, there it doesn't happen very often, is again to downplay their behaviour. And more often than not, they will exaggerate yours. They will exaggerate everything that you do wrong. When it comes to that victim mindset, a narcissist is looking to exaggerate everything they can while people try and validate them. And victims often downplay what's happened to them while people invalidate them. Relationships have their ups and downs. Yes, relationships do have their ups and downs. They don't have disrespect, they don't have gaslighting, they don't have lies, they don't have cheating, or should I say they do, but a healthy relationship doesn't. A healthy relationship has its ups and downs, just like an unhealthy relationship. But a healthy relationship's ups and downs is not lying, it's not cheating, it's not deception, it's not exploitation, it's not financial abuse, it's not constant pain. It's disagreements where two people can communicate and look for each other's perspectives and work through the issue. Narcissistic people are not going to communicate with you. They're going to stonewall you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to fall silent on you. They're going to shift the blame onto you. They're going to project out onto you. They're going to do all they can to fail to communicate with you, to create the relationship problems, and then blame you for the relationship problems they've created. So you work harder to please them for the things they're doing to you. It'll never happen again. If something should never happen again, more often than not, it's usually something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. We can run late for things can hold us up, and we can accidentally say, I'm ever so sorry, it'll not happen again, and we can run late again. Life happens to people. However, if people are willing to message and let people know, I'm running late, and have that mutual conversation with each other, and it's not a regular pattern of other things as well as, then they're just trying to resolve the issue. They feel remorseful. With a narcissistic person, they're going to ignore your phone calls, not let you know what's happening, get you into a state of panic, turn up late and go, I'm ever sorry, it'll not happen again. And then they'll do it again to you the week after. And then if you try and have a conversation, they'll be, well, what about when you? When a narcissist says it'll never happen again, or when anyone says it'll never happen again, you can give people a chance. And if that behaviour doesn't frustrate you, if it doesn't annoy you, if it doesn't cause resentment within you, if you can live with that, if you can accept them for who they are as a person, and they say it'll never happen again, and you can think, I know full well, you're always late, you can be late again. It's not the end of the world, I'll just tell you 15 minutes earlier. Then you can work through things like that. But when someone is purposefully deceiving you, and they're doing it to cause you pain, and they say they're not going to cause you that pain again, and then they cause you that pain again, that's who they are, and that's not somebody you want to be around. A bit like when they say, I'll never hurt you again, but they hurt you in the first place. So you need to guard your emotions. And if you give them a chance and they hurt you again, this is your lesson, that if they say, I'll never hurt you again, they will hurt you again, because they already have hurt you again. They are saying this to give you that false hope. When they come and say, I'll change, or I need your help to change. For people to change, they need to recognise what they've done wrong. More often than not, with a narcissistic person, the more you forgive them, the worse their behaviour gets, because they believe they're entitled to do as they please, and their reality is matching that they can get away with it because they just have to sweet talk you with a few words. You forgive them and they do it to you again. So when they say, I'll change, people need enough leverage, enough reason to change. Change is a very difficult thing to do. Everyone is capable of it, but not everyone is willing to do it, especially those that don't take responsibility for their behaviour and that blame all others for their behaviour. Which is like when a narcissist says, I'll go to counselling, but they always backdate that counselling day, or they say, we'll go to counselling, and they manage to twist it in the office as to how you're the one causing the problems and not them. So you get what's your experience invalidated all the more, or they put it off. They never actually hit the counselling office. They've always got something else on or something else to do, or they'll turn around and say, well, we don't really need that anymore. We're doing well at the moment, aren't we? To get you to kind of agree with them so that it's your choice and not theirs. So if you bring it up in the future, they can say, well, you said we didn't need it, even though they said it and got you to agree through their manipulation. You'll never find someone like me. Well, that is the whole point in breaking free, in the hope that we don't find someone like them. When it comes to narcissistic people, though, you tend to find if you've had one in your life, you might have had one or two in your life. They are not as unique, they are not as rare as they would like to believe themselves to be, or as they would like to gaslight others into believing that they are a rare breed. Statistics vary from place to place. There is no definite answer on how many people have the narcissist personality disorder, and there's those that are undiagnosed and those with other cluster B personality disorders, and people from all sorts of walks of life. Whether someone is a narcissist or not, abuse is abuse and there is no excuse. The narcissist personality disorder is more to explain reasons behind their behaviour, to validate what people have experienced with somebody. It is not to excuse their behaviour, it's not to try and change them, it's not to try and save them. It is more to gain that understanding, to process what's happened in our own way. So when they come at you with you'll never find anyone like me, they want you to think of them as a great genuine person. They might say, remember when we, after all I've done for you, to try and get you to think of their good side, to try and get you to focus on their good. And their good is who they are also. They're very good at this. They are good at exploiting people. So they will put on a admiration face, the narcissist admiration face, to exploit you, to sell you an illusion of who they can be, to sell you your dreams, to then deliver you a living nightmare. When their envious face comes out to play and they seek to destroy you. We should is another one they'll come out with. We should look at those houses, we should look at that holiday, we should look at getting married, we should have children. All the we shoulds, because they don't really want to do these things. They just want to plant that seed within your mind of the possibility of what life could be like, to keep you where they want you. And once they've got you where they want you, they no longer want to do these things with you until you think of leaving again, and then they'll come back with those false promises of change, the false promises of taking you on holiday somewhere, blaming you, offering to go to counselling with you, anything they can so that they can find a new source of supply, and then they can discard you. And when they discard you, they'll not give you any closure, they'll leave you ruminating, they'll not resolve any issues, they will leave belongings behind, they will keep hold of your belongings, they will have a whole new family, and they will still be blaming you for their problems. If anyone has any lies they heard from a narcissist when they were thinking or they were breaking up with a narcissistic person, please do add those into the comments. And remember, when you are breaking free from a narcissist, whether it's a parent, a friend, a boss, a child, a partner, an adult child, a partner, you do need to keep yourself safe. Those who lack empathy, you need to be careful around. If you're looking for further support and understanding and help overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those sponsored links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. If you are new to the channel and you do find the information helpful, if you do find the information interesting, then please do subscribe. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.